Hey there guys, it is Flashback Friday. We're going to do a little something different in this video. We're going to try to have a little conversation if we can. So your input in the comment section is really important, guys. That's right, it's Rock Hard Riffs and it's Flashback Friday. Woohoo! Yahoo! Boy, these Flashback Fridays, they get tough to make after a while. Sometimes these are the least viewed of all of our videos, you know, because we have more or less a schedule now. Monday is like a discussion, kind of like we're doing now. Tuesdays are like a gear type of day where we'll go over pedals, amps, guitars, accessories, etc. Wednesday is like a play a song, learn a song, mess around with a song kind of day. Thursdays are our 5-minute guitar riff for beginners and up, and then of course Flashback Friday. But you know, I'm usually about 2 weeks or more ahead in videos. For a while there I was about a month ahead, and but I had some problems. That's why you see my beard's growing back in with my skin and stuff, and so I had to have my face burned off. I had to shave my beard off and all this stuff. I may have to go back and shave my head because my scalp's screwed up too. I live in Arizona and I'm a white man. Bad idea. Anyway, so we had some interesting comments. Today is Wednesday and I just released the heavy metal video Faster Traffic. Now actually that is the name of a prior band I was in many years ago called Faster Traffic. So I was making this, you know, the song, and it's like, it sounds like, yeah, it's like a race or a chase or something again. And I thought, oh, I'll use the old name Faster Traffic. And then I thought, okay, well, let's put in people racing around and cop cars chasing them. So that's the video. Anyway, I have a little list down here, so that's why if you see me looking down, I actually have notes that I'm reading from in this video. There were some comments in today's video that I thought were awesome, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. And I see that a lot of our viewers or subscribers, etc., are interacting with each other. You guys were talking to each other in the comment section. And that's like one of the very first times that's happened like it did on this video. And I'm really, I'll use the word, I'm grateful to see it, because I want to see, you know, people actually make a somewhat kind of a community out of this if we can. That is important, right? Now, I know other people, I've heard other people on YouTube talking about guitar community and this and that, and it seems to me to be just a series of cliques, which is, you know, it's almost only natural, it's normal. People tend to do that. People segregate themselves into little cliques, and that's how it goes. But, you know, a feeling of community is great, and I would really, you know, the comments in today's video, again, kind of reflected that. I thought that was really cool. But I wanted to address some of the comments that were in there too, because I don't know, it's image, I guess, of a channel is important. And you know, we have kids as young as 5 years old that watch this channel, and people as far as I know up into their 70s and maybe older that watch the channel too. So I want to try to relate to everybody as much as I can, and there's a fine line in doing that. But there's also, you know, you got to be careful what you do, because perception is the name of the game. Truth and reality sometimes are subservient to perception. Perception becomes reality. And so you have to be careful what type of image or whatever it is that you put out there. Now, Mr. Al's Fan 5, one of our big supporters, was talking about on the video, I can never get my fingers to move that fast. My fingers are in molasses. I feel really bad. I feel like he's being intimidated or humiliated or something like that. If I'm not using the right word, please, Mr. Al's Fan 5, put in the comments the correct word. But that was one of the last things that I've ever wanted to come across on this channel. And that's why you don't see me playing a lot of screaming leads and solos and stuff, for one, so it doesn't make other people feel like, oh, I can't do that, I'll never do that, forget it. You just turned off whatever percentage of your audience. But you also need to play a little bit, show a little flash to show that the people that are watching you or subscribing to whatever, that you do know how to play, or at least that's important to me as far as the guitar channel goes. the person that runs a guitar channel had better know how to play the guitar. That's just one of those things, as far as I'm concerned. What are your thoughts and feelings? Okay, guys. So that's, again, one of those fine lines. Now, I want to let you know, too, that, I had practiced and delved into this instrument in my late teens and 20s. Like, my hair was on fire, right? And so if this thing wasn't in my hands, it was somewhere near my hands, because I was always practicing or always playing the guitar. I know that, what was it, David Lee Roth said about Eddie Van Halen, there's never a time the guy doesn't have his guitar. And I thought, that's cool, that's motivating. But you know what really made me really practice harder and harder was, I got sick and tired of trying to catch back up to where I was the last time I practiced. You have to warm back up to get back up to that level, and I got sick and tired of trying to catch back up. I wanted to advance every time I picked the guitar up, so I just never put it down. And so, whatever it may seem like in my playing, etc., you got to remember I have a really screwed up back, but it's getting better. But it's really screwed up. That has really limited my playing, especially soloing. A big part of the time I can't really fully feel the strings, and that's kind of a drag, so I'm not really sure where I am at times. And so I have to sit there and kind of stare at it and concentrate to make sure my fingers are doing what I'm trying to get them to do. But the more I work at it, and the more I work through the pain and all that fun stuff, the more I get there. So my playing is slowly developing from when I first started the channel, that's for darn sure. But please don't be concerned about that sort of thing, guys, because, there is nothing that I can do that nobody else can do. And these are some words that I do live by. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Okay? John Lennon, right? Great. All you need is love. Great lyrics, and I truly believe in that. So I think everybody is that way. If you truly applied yourself and had the time and all the things necessary to get to whatever point, you can do it. There's no reason why you can't. If I can do it, you can do it. And again, I think I have a long, long way to keep going on guitar, which is great, because then I don't get tired or bored with playing it myself, right? Let's move on. Am I self-taught? No, I am not self-taught. I took 2 or 3 years, I can't remember which it was, but 2 or 3 years of high school classical guitar. And I really am fortunate for have taken that. I really appreciate that. Now, high school, or, public school is free. So I didn't pay for that. Everything else that came after that, rock and roll style, whatever, after that was all me. That's what I taught myself, okay? But I never paid a penny to learn guitar. And I think, in my way of thinking, this is a big thing about the channel, is I don't want to charge people or anything like that, though there are those that do, and certainly have the, they're far beyond me, and they have an absolute curriculum, that sort of thing. I understand paying for that. I can dig it. I just can't personally charge for something. I'm just not into it. So the Patreon stuff, things like that, I have an aversion to it. Selling things, I have no aversion to whatsoever. You want to buy a shirt, right on. I may be compiling some of my original music and putting it on a CD or something. I would sell that. I'd be more than happy to sell that. But as far as the money thing goes, sometimes it ruins things. Or you can let it ruin things. This is not the first art form I have ever studied or taught. And I did other stuff professionally before, and in certain ways I kind of regretted it, because just of certain aspects. I'm not going to go into negative stuff or whatever. I'm not going to go into certain details, but I prefer the way I'm doing it now. There's no obligation to you. There's no obligation to me. We're all just sitting here enjoying the same thing, hopefully. Hopefully you dig it enough to buy a shirt, buy a shirt, buy a shirt. But other than that, I don't want anything from anybody other than their comments. And again, I was really moved by the comment section. Damaged 262, all the guys that are out there, Wayne Willis, the BHS, Mr. Alice Fan 5, and all the folks that comment regularly. I just really appreciate it. Philip Jackson is another, the guys from That's a Good Idea, etc. There are a lot of really good people that comment on this channel and are subscribed to us, and I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate even more your feedback. And you guys communicating with each other, I think that's just the most awesome thing. I think that's cool. Here's one last thing I want to address, and this is what our friend Damage262, I think that's his name, I know it's Damage something, was saying is that I was rocking the cheapo $200 Epiphone Les Paul Special and just rocking it out with the P90s, right? Well, you know, I'm glad you noticed that, dude, because also we have the $1,800 ESP. If this had a different finish on it, this would be a $4,000 PRS type of guitar that you were mentioning in the comments, right? So with a different finish, this would be one of those guitars. They are both great for what they do, depending on you and your needs and your wants, etc. That's why I try to show as each end of the spectrum as much as I can, from like that little amp that you see behind me there, that little 20 watt orange, to a 100 watt Marshall JVM, right? Their flagship amp. There's stuff in between, and there's stuff at the top and the bottom and everything in between that I think is worth it and is worth taking a look at. And no pretense. No pretense. Pretense is a waste of time. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of my time. I'm not here to waste anybody's time, yours or mine. I'm just telling you how I see it, how I think about it. I try not to give too much opinion on the channel. I don't want this to be my opinion channel. No, it's just music. It's really the bottom line of this whole thing. All of it is just, it's all about the music. And however corny that may sound or whatever, well, then judge the channel by its videos. I'm hoping and getting the point across that it's all about the music. As far as I'm concerned, I hope you are too. You know, we all have our own prejudices and things like that, but nevertheless, just when it all comes down to it, when it's all boiled down, it's just all about the music. Alright guys, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Leave some comments. Let us know your thoughts and ideas. And let's keep things going. Really appreciate it, guys. The channel is really starting to kind of grow now, and I really do appreciate that. And let's see if we can just keep on growing. Let's keep on rocking. Alright guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next video.